Hi boys and girls, welcome to lesson 6 of our distance learning. Today we are going to make a self-portrait using Model Magic. So this is a self-portrait that I've already made and it's still wet. The clay is really soft still. So I'm going to show you how I did this. And if you do not have Model Magic, if you didn't have a chance to get your bag and you don't have Model Magic, then I'm going to do a separate video and show you how to make your own, okay? So I like to open this up carefully because I like to keep my Model Magic in it while I'm using it because it dries out pretty quickly. So I'm just going to snip the end of it. We're going to use our self-portraits today to express our feelings. And so on mine, I'm feeling pretty happy today. So I put a smile on mine. You can't really see my eyebrows because my glasses are covering them up. I got some new glasses. They're kind of purplish. You can't really see my eyebrows, but your eyebrows really help make your expression. You can have them down and pointy to look angry. You can have them up high to look surprised, but they really are telling about how you feel. So we're going to use these to express how we're feeling today. I know you guys are probably having all kinds of crazy emotions with all these crazy kind of times that we're going through right now. And I know it's hard being out of school. You miss your friends and you miss your teachers and we miss you. And so it's all a little bit crazy right now. So this is a good way to kind of express how we're feeling. And oh, I got marker on my hands and now I'm getting it all over my clay. So I'm just going to break off a piece of this that I'm going to use for detail. So the detail are the things like my eyes, my nose, my mouth, glasses, hair, all of that. And then I'm going to have kind of a bigger piece for my face. So I'm going to use a mirror and look at my face and kind of figure out what the shape of my face is. And I feel like I kind of have a pointy chin a little bit. It kind of comes down a lot skinnier than the rest of my face. So I'm going to sort of make that. So I always like to start with a sphere. When we've used clay before, I told you I always like starting with a sphere. It's a good shape or form. It's actually a form. Remember, a form is something that is three-dimensional. It's fat, not flat. So I like to start with a sphere first and then flatten it out. Not totally flat, but sort of like a pancake. I just kind of use the palm of my hand to flatten that out. And then I'm going to shape it the way I think my face looks. So I can get that a little bit flatter so I have a bigger face to work on. And then if I turn it over, it's smooth. I'm working on just a little placemat so that it really doesn't get things dirty. It's pretty awesome clay, but I still like to work on something. And then I'm just going to use my hands and kind of shape the way I think my chin goes. I think it kind of goes down like that. Okay. All right, now our eyes are really in the middle of the face. We want to put them way up here. That's just kind of natural how we want to put them, but they're really about the middle of our face. So I like to start with my eyes. That way I know where everything else goes. Otherwise, I tend to put my mouth and put my nose and then my eyes end up too high. So you can either use some kind of a tool if you would like to, and you can poke things in, like I could use the end of this marker if I wanted to, and poke some shapes in if I wanted to do that. Or I can take my clay and I can add things on. It's an additive process, okay? So I'm going to put some things on and I'm going to make my eyes a little bit small here. So I'm just going to, again, I start with a sphere, roll it in my hand, then I kind of pinch it between my fingers and put that right about in the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my next piece. That's a kind of smaller there. And the Model Magic sticks really quickly. So even trying to peel that off right now, you can see that it's pretty stuck on there. Okay, so it sticks really quickly on there. I kind of made a mess out of that. I'm just going to flip it over. Flatten that out a little bit. And start again. So that's the cool thing about clay. That's one of the things I love the most about clay is you can just always start over. So I'm going to just roll these into a couple of spheres and then I'm going to kind of flatten them out a little bit and make them just a little bit almond shaped a little bit. And here's the cool thing about Model Magic. You can color right on it, even when it's wet. So mine is still wet, you can see over here, and I just used markers on it. So I might not even put another piece on there. I might just use this and color my eye on it if I want my iris, or I could add a little piece like that. And I can make myself looking off in another direction. Remember how we did that when we did our fish? I can make my eyes look that way. I can make them look up any way that I want. Think about doing that, making your eyes look a different direction. Then I'm going to add my nose, and I'm going to just, again, start with a sphere, and then I'm going to kind of roll it a little so it gets more like a cone and kind of shape it. I feel like my nose is kind of pointy, sort of flat right here between the eyes, right in there, a little bit flatter. And so I'm going to kind of press that down, kind of make my nose there. And then for my mouth, that's where I'm going to show a lot of expression here, because I'm going to put glasses on, so it's going to be harder to see my eyebrows, but I'm going to show you how that can look. So I am feeling happy, and I love doing art, so I'm going to make a nice big smile. And I think I'm going to show both of my lips there. And there is my nice big smile. Okay, then I can, for my eyebrows, I can make them go up and look surprised. If I wanted to be mad, I could angle them like that. So however you're feeling, and you can kind of play around with it a little bit and see what you get. So I'm hoping that I'm looking pretty happy there. I pick that up and kind of look at it a little bit. I look a little bit funny. Maybe I can help it when I use my marker. Then I'm going to make my glasses. So you can add any kind of details. Hey, if you want to give yourself a mustache, if you want to put bows in your hair, whatever it is that you want to do. So to make my glasses, I'm just going to make a worm, and I'm just going to roll this on my mat till it gets long and skinny. And I might just lay that right across my nose like that, and then just bring them up. My glasses are kind of squarish. So I might just do that. And bring this one up. It sticks really, really quickly. You might have to start over a few times. That's okay. That's the cool thing. I just roll it right back up into a ball and start over again if I want to. My glasses got way down there, but you get the idea. And I'm going to make the arms for my glasses. Okay, there we go. And I'm looking kind of funky there. So then I'm going to make my bangs. And I like to just do that by rolling some worms and then breaking them off and putting them on like that. And I'll just keep on doing that and making my bangs. And then I'll make longer worms as my hair gets longer. Now, if you've got a mohawk, you can make those stick up in the air. If you've got a buzz cut, you can just put a little piece of straight clay going across the top. Whatever works for you, okay? And then I'm just going to keep on adding my hair and just pressing that down on the top and making it longer as I go down around the sides like that, okay? So I'm thinking I like the first one. I did a little bit better. This one's looking a little bit odd, but it's a little harder because it's not facing me, so I can't really see quite as well what it's looking like, okay? I'm just going to keep on adding hair to it, and then I'm going to, if I want to save it and play with it again tomorrow, then I'm not going to color it. I'm going to wait and color it when I'm completely done and I want it to dry. So I have my self-portrait right now, and I'm looking pretty happy. So I'm looking a little funny, but pretty happy. So what I'm going to do is I want to save this, or maybe I just want to start over. I'm just going to crumple it back up, and then I can start over if I want to, or I can put it in a bag to save until tomorrow, and I can play with it again. So I like to save this because I can put it back in here. If I want to put it back in my foil bag, I can just squish it down in there and kind of close that up so it doesn't dry out, because it will dry out quickly. Or if I have a little lunch bag or a snack bag, I can put it in there, or I can wrap it in some plastic wrap or something. And I just put it in there and zip it up, and it will stay soft. And then tomorrow, what I think I'll do is I'll make another self-portrait tomorrow, and I'll make an expression that tells how I feel tomorrow. And I might feel different. And I think I'll keep it in here for a few days and make it a few different times depending on how I'm feeling. So maybe if I'm really frustrated, I'm going to make myself look frustrated. And maybe if I'm happy, I'm going to look happy, or maybe I'm sad, whatever I'm feeling, and use that to express yourself and then tell somebody about it, about why you put that expression on your face. Okay? When you're all done and you don't want to make any more, then go ahead and color it, because once you've colored it and you try to mix it together, then you'll kind of have a muddy mess. It won't mix very well once you've colored it. So do that last when you're all done using your Model Magic, okay? And I will make another video showing you how to make your own in case you don't have it, or in case you want to let this dry and you want to color it and you just want to make some more. Then I'm going to have some more for you to make, okay? You can color it when it's dry or when it's wet. This was still wet when I colored it. You can still, it's still wet right now. So anyway, I love you guys and I hope you're doing great. Getting lots of exercise, reading lots of books, spending time with your precious family. I love you and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, boys and girls.